What up, After Effects? Said he said, King Solomon with the Mrs. Sutton.
What it do, y'all?
And she about to go ahead and spit some knowledge for y'all.
All right, y'all. So we gonna kick it off today talking about this manipulation game. If you don't know, you about to find out. All right. So I'm gonna shoot a question to the female listeners. How many women is really gonna be honest with themselves and say that they have been manipulated? Whether that's a significant other, whether that is family because they so used to you being the strong one. It could even be your own kids, be honest. How many women is honestly gonna say, you know what, I have played the fool? See, people take the lyrics to that song to be a game. Oh, no. Everybody don't play the fool. Yeah, everybody do. At least one time. I know I've done it. And I'm not afraid to admit it. But let me give y'all some help here. So, here's the scenario. How many times does the individual get to cheat before you walk away? And why do women allow themselves to get so complacent, so comfortable, that a man can go out here and sleep with as many different women as they want to, and because they done made you feel so small, you feel like it's okay to stay? I'm not staying around nothing that's gonna make me feel less than what I'm worth. But I also had to learn my worth. That took trial. That took tribulation. That took struggle. That took knowingly involving myself in stuff that I knew I ain't had no business doing just for the sake of thinking that I needed something I didn't need. We gotta start being real with ourselves. The sooner we start learning to be real with ourselves, we will be able to be real with others. I refuse to live in a falsified reality. I'll say that again for the people in the back. I refuse to live in a falsified reality. What does that mean? You remember being a kid and your bedtime stories were fairy tales, and when you would go to sleep, you would imagine being people like Pocahontas or being a part of Goldilocks. And for you, for the longest, this was your reality. Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy. This all became a part of your everyday reality until your world was crushed and you were told that these things weren't real. That Santa Claus isn't coming down the chimney bringing you presents. That the Tooth Fairy wasn't collecting your little teeth and putting money up under your pillow. When do we stop living in a falsified reality? We tell people, oh, I only lied to you to spare your feelings. No. The truth of the matter is, if you really value me, the way you say you value me, you're going to tell me the truth. And you're going to let the chips fall where it may. I would rather be hurt because you told me the truth than to be devastated because you told me a lie. Your thoughts?
Manipulation. That is, I like that. That is a perfect title for this. First of all, you are absolutely 100% correct. Manipulation comes in all different shapes, forms, fashions, and it's not limited to a sex.
Exactly.
Manipulation comes, number one, in parenting,
Yeah.
in marriages,
Yeah.
in boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And for the folks in the other community, that applies to you as well. So we're not leaving nobody out.
I think for me, I specify women because if we just want to be real about it, women are some of the biggest manipulators out here. And as crazy as it is, we are some of the biggest manipulators, but we're also one of the largest species to be manipulated. See,
What's the old term? The thing that you're most great at is also your biggest enemy.
exactly. When it comes down to it, when you really look at it, let's take a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's keep it all the way 100. So, women are automatically taught that they have to manipulate to keep a man. Let's be real. You got to be good in the kitchen, good at cleaning, good in the bedroom. You have to be a multitasker at everything that you do. Because in order to keep this man happy, if you don't manipulate these situations to make him believe that you are perfect at all these different things, what one person won't do, another person will. That's the manipulation.
And I hate that.
I do too.
I can't stand that.
But that's the manipulation to it.
Yeah.
On the flip side, there's a reason why I say women are the biggest manipulators and the biggest sex to be manipulated. Because women are also taught that men are to protect, provide, and to give provision. So in order to stay up under that protection, we don't want you guys to pull that protection. So we're taught to take care of you guys. But here is the problem with that. We make men our sons.
Did you just say that?
I did.
Yep. They voted you out last night.
We make men our sons. We get with these men and instantly we in the kitchen cooking y'all food. We washing y'all dirty drawers.
You can't say that.
I can. We washing y'all dirty drawers. We popping out your kids, giving y'all a legacy.
That's blasphemous.
Nah, it ain't. We doing all of this. In return, what do we get? Oh, we told we should be satisfied with the fact that we got a roof over our head. Come on. Like, if we gonna be honest, let's be honest. We supposed to be satisfied with the fact that we got a roof over our head, that we got the food in the refrigerator to cook,
Wow.
that we got lights, water, gas, and for those that can afford it, we got a car to drive. And if we're lucky, the fact that we don't have to go outside of the house and work. So we're taught to be quiet, take whatever y'all dish out, and submit to the rule of the authority that you guys have, right?
Don't worry, I still love you.
I get it. But here is the thing. We're taught to take all of this in the name of comfortability.
For those that don't know what that is, can you elaborate on comfortability?
So, in other words, of course, Mr. Satan, comfortability says I'm not homeless. I'm not without food. I'm not without monetary value. But here's what we don't teach. What about affection? What about respect? What about appreciation for what we bring to the table? These men can't bring life into the world. But God blessed us with the ability to do so. But we're so quick to give ourselves away for free.
Miss Sutton, you can't say that.
I can say that, and I just said it. So quick to give ourselves away for free for a set of nails, for hair, for some booty shorts or hooker clothes.
You can't say that.
I can. To say that he flew me around the city, around the country, and he put a ring on my finger. If that's what he do, because when you make a man too comfortable, good luck on getting that ring.
Pipe bomb.
Facts. It's too many folks out here that been in quote unquote relationships again.
30.
Living in falsified realities. If that man ain't married you within the first 5 years of y'all relationship, it's the safe bet to say he ain't gonna do it.
Woo!
I'm being honest.
Checkmate.
Especially if you done already bought the house with him. Y'all already got a shared bank account. You done already popped out his kids. You done already accepted the baby mama drama. You done already started playing stepmama to the kids he had before you. You comfortable with being baby mama number with child number.
What?
Why would he put a ring on it? You cooking his meals, you washing his drawers, you ironing his clothes. Your feet hitting the floor before he is to cook breakfast, lunch, dinner.
But Miss Sutton, he don't do me the way he did the other ones.
Bull crap. I have heard that from so many women. It don't make no sense. How is it that truly, be honest with yourself, if he ain't take care of the kids he had before you, why would you ever think he gonna take care of the kids that he had with you?
Because I'm a woman and I know how to treat and keep a man.
No. See, no, that's manipulation at its finest. The truth be told is you're a convenience. Because you
Did you
ain't
just say that?
Yes, I did. Convenience.
Filter.
You ain't spoke up like the other one spoke up. You ain't got tired yet. Medea said it best. It's one thing to be tired, but until you get tired of being sick and tired, then you will understand how to walk on. But then you stuck. Why? Because the kids automatically coming to you. Because for whatever reason, a lot of men forget how to raise kids once the relationship is done. Why? Because they wasn't raising them when y'all was in the same house. All they knew was, hi daddy, bye daddy. All they needs was met by mommy. Mommy got up and played doctor. Mommy got up and did bath time. Mommy cooked dinner. Mommy washed clothes. Mommy did all that. Daddy just get credit for bringing the money in and putting the Christmas gifts up under the Christmas tree. So what are we doing? Perpetuating the cycle to tell kids that when they become grown, you find a man that's going to put the presents up under the tree. Falsified reality. I'm sorry. Get you somebody that's going to get up with you in the middle of the night. Get you somebody that's willing to build with you. The one thing I said coming into my marriage, I didn't want a ready-made man. Forgive me for those who think that's fine. Kudos to you. But I didn't want that. Why? Because I wasn't going in eating off of somebody else's table.
Pipe bomb.
I wasn't doing that. I don't know what you done set on this table. Stop laughing. I don't know how many other females you done had sitting at this table selling the dream to. No. I'm going to go out with you. We going to pick this wood out together. And we going to figure out how to assemble this thing together. So that when we make it, we can say we did this. Not you lived in my house. No. What's that? Oh, you moved in my house. You eating off my table. No. Nope. Because when the chips fall, if they fall for you, then what you hear is, well, you can get out. No pipe bomb, baby. We did this together. You better go find the living room because both our names on this. We both did this. That's why it's important to build together. Am I saying there's anything wrong with blended families? No, I'm not. Because I have seen blended families that have come a long way and have done amazing. Like I said, there are some blended families that work really well. But the fact of the matter is why would you want to carry the price tag of somebody else's labor?
Ooh, I think I know the answer to this. Can I raise my hand?
Mm-hmm.
I think before I am. I never understood what the hell that means, but okay. Here's the thing. And I got a question, and then I'm going to let you get back to it. What is it with, and it's strongly in our community, I want what you got, so I'm going to take it for you so I can live like you supposed to.
But that's the whole thing. Why in the world would you want what I got? Do you know what I had to go through to get here? Man, listen. Woo-hoo-hoo. If you understood the tears, the labor, the sacrifices, the mental anxiety, the nights I was up all night trying to figure out how many times I done told God, if you get me out of this, I won't do it no more. Come on, be honest. But it's always, I want what somebody else have. No, you don't. You don't know what they going through. People, you never know what somebody is going through behind closed doors. Quit creeping around somebody else's household, because that saying somebody else's trash is another man's treasure, that ain't always true. You can't, half the time you thinking you getting somebody else's trash, you may be getting somebody else's sewage. You don't know.
Sewage though?
Yes. And then you get entangled like sewage is supposed to do, trap you. And you trying to figure out how to get yourself out of this. And to be frank, depending on where the sewage is, you can't get that crap off.
Entanglement.
Like, come on with this whole thing. Oh, well, as long as he take care of home, he can do what he want to do. So you cool with getting somebody's hypogonosyphilis. That's what you saying. Because I promise you, the men in this era is allergic to condoms.
Yeah.
Like, Lord have mercy. These men tell you anything. I'm allergic to condoms. No, you ain't. Oh, I can't feel it. Well, something wrong with you.
For your husband, one of the reasons why you ain't never gotta worry, because for number one, I fear the Most High, and number two, which would be a future episode series that we will be doing.
Lord. You and this bestiality.
Listen, I don't know who it is out there, but I can't sleep with you knowing the fact that you done slept with your animal.
I can't.
But we getting back to this. I'll talk to y'all later.
We is not dealing with bestiality. Listen, y'all, him and bestiality. But the fact remains is, I guess we done forgot all about these STDs that's out here.
Monkeypox?
I guess we done forgot all about the fact that, truth be told, pregnancy is the least of your worries.
Yep.
Because it take one time for you to come up with somebody's HIV.
Yeah.
It take one time for you to come up with anything. It's like, oh, well, how do you know that he used a condom with that chick?
Crabs.
And then you got to think about it too. For every individual that person has slept with,
Preach.
you're sleeping with that person too, plus everybody that they done slept with, plus everybody they done slept with. And people don't realize how for real, soul ties really are. That stuff real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get it. Oh, I want to have a good time. But don't let a good time cost you your life. In what way does having a paycheck on your table mean that you give up the right to live?
You know what's funny about that? And I really wasn't gonna say nothing, but you actually brought this up. You might remember a few years back, this girl had practiced celibacy for a long time. And she decided, you know what? She's been dating this guy for a long time. They so in love. Slept with him. She went to the hospital. He gave her crabs, STDs, and full-blown AIDS. And it cost her. One time.
And that's the thing. The thing is you got these stigmas out here that say a person who got HIV had to be a hoe or had to be loose out here or had to be gay. That's not true. And we really need to come out of these hypocritical stigmas that say that. Because this stuff can be one time. Once. This ain't always because somebody want to be loose lagoose. This is one-time stuff. And that's facts. Call me paranoid, call me what you want. But I wasn't touching my husband until we both provided
10 years of paperwork. But I was so slick with mine because I know who I am. I provided 15. Years of paperwork.
Yeah, I'm not on that. Not because you want a temporary feeling. And then here's the crazy part about this temporary feeling. Let's really break this down. Everybody's talking about how, as a woman, how good sex feels. Stop lying. Stop lying. Be honest with yourself. First of all, keeping this PG. But let's talk about the science of the situation.
You know how we do it. We roll in our direct.
I get that, but still, I'm not trying to get banned off the air.
From the FCC.
Here's the thing. You telling me that something in whatever unicorn shape it's in, stabbing your behind. Yeah. Okay. All right. And you just done with Nutty by Nature. And you want this one, that one, this one, that one. Stop playing. Stop. Yes. With the right individual. Let me state that again. With the right individual. Because half the time, a woman can't even spell orgasm. Why is
I don't know too many men that can spell it either.
Yeah, because they sure ain't giving it.
I quit.
I mean, keep it all the way 1,000. You know how many backwall Sallys it is out here?
You mean no wall Sally's?
No, back wall Sally's. I'm talking about them guys that just go straight in, pump in, out, pump in, out, pump in and out, and it squirt. Like, it ain't no other places in this elasticity that we have as women that you can go for. And you got these women faking and screaming and hollering and ooching and oohing and all this other crap. And it ain't nothing like that.
And they'll tell you they fake it.
Yeah. I had somebody in college literally tell me she better get hers before I get mine. Because if I get mine before she get hers, she's stuck. Well, let's keep this all the way 1,000. Tell the truth. Don't say she's stuck. Say you don't know how. Say that because you're not there mentally, emotionally, and everything else, because you can always tell when your relations is out of love, connection, spiritually and everything, because there is not a moment or a time that you are not equally satisfied, hence equally yoked.
And I'm gonna say this, and whatever, I don't care. Fellas, be honest with yourself. This is why we can do our thing, get up, go home, and do the same thing that we just got through doing with a no piece, because you really ain't a side piece, because if you were a side piece, we will be there all the time and we will provide and do stuff. But a no piece is someone I call every now and then and just hit it. And you really just treat it like a prostitute.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because honestly, if you were really all that, why we got to stay in the house? Why we can't never go out? The only places we can go is to McDonald's and Burger King.
That's funny because I did a whole Facebook live video about that. Like, y'all up here giving yourselves away for a dude that can't even buy y'all a McDouble. Like, come on now. And at that time, they used to only be $1. Now them things like $2.12 or whatever the case may be.
I don't know. They cost almost as much as gas.
Man, listen. But that's the whole thing. It's like, it takes that one special woman for that man to understand that he is in love. This is the person that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. That's when you know that everything else is real.
It was
because
once
a man will change his whole demeanor.
Yeah, and I'm getting ready to piggyback off what you just said, because it was stated a long time ago, and we're going to reiterate that here. A man won't change for any woman. He will change for the right woman. And
this goes down to this manipulation tactic. Stop thinking you can manipulate a man into thinking you the one. A man automatically knows what category he gonna put you in before you know what category.
In the first 30 seconds. So let me help you out. And I'm just gonna shoot it straight from the hip. People put out all kind of books and movies about this stuff, but let me give you straight from the hip. Number one, if we first meet you and you're dressed provocatively, we either taking you in the bathroom, a hotel, or in the back of a vehicle. If you, upon first meeting you, can down a whole bottle of liquor, you are a trophy piece. If you're cussing and swearing like a sailor, we're going to treat you just like you trying to be.
Or you going to get the man that's going to mold you into what he want at the moment.
Exactly.
No matter what you did. Let's flip it just a little bit. Because there are women who dress professionally, who have good paying jobs and still find themselves sitting on the shelf. Why is that? Because you've allowed yourself to be molded into what he needed at the moment. Keep that in mind. Moment. Now, here's the crazy part. I'm not bashing women because you have men who do who fall victim to the exact same
Oh,
thing.
Jesus.
You have...
Oh, are we stupid?
Oh, you have men who find a good woman, quote unquote, and unfortunately they get suckered into spending all their money.
Played
with, and women cheat too. Let's quit playing and act like women manipulate men too, because you see he got all this money.
Or he drive a fancy car.
And he loyal. Because even though it's few and far and in between, there are still some old school loyal men out here who finds pleasure in one and not multiple.
I have never understood that. I mean, honestly, I've never understood that. Because why, if one can't make me happy, what the hell do I need with multiple?
Because it's not about making him happy. The manipulation is within the self. You believe that if you perfect this sex game, that you eventually gonna come across a woman who ain't gonna want to leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy part about it is, you right, but for the wrong reason. Mm-hmm. Because you can sleep with one Looney Tune, and you're right, she ain't gonna leave you alone. She gonna be at your job. She gonna be at your house. Believe me, long time ago, be quiet, long time ago, I was intertwined with someone who legit had a stalker. And when I say legit had a stalker, this chick went so far as to move right next door to this man.
Ooh.
With all her kids.
Somebody say she crazy.
And made sure every time she cooked food that she was walking food over right next door.
He ain't have enough sense to move?
Oh, he quote unquote was mad, but he wasn't really mad because it was easy access. He had a system.
I hope y'all taking notes.
He had a system going on. One was right next door and was really gullible and vulnerable, which is how she turned into a stalker. But then he had another one that literally was corporate, professional, and everything else, but was stuck on the penis too. So he had a whole little situation where, and they all knew about each other. Oh yeah. Gotta give a man credit. He ain't lie about nothing. They all knew about each other. They all knew they set schedules to get it too. I said,
and everybody was comfortable.
Look, when I got the whole nitty gritty, I said deuces. Because ain't nobody getting caught up in all of that. Especially when I started getting random text messages talking about he was passing around unholy situations and crap. I'm like, oh Lord. Like, you got some really insane women out here. So, and I just can't understand why these young boys are being trained to sleep with as many women as they can until they find the one they want.
That's not the way to go about it.
Not at all. Because my thing is, if you gonna perfect it, I would rather you perfect it with me.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, baby, you know, we good right there. We ain't got no issues.
But I'm going to say this.
3 years on that thing. Oh.
Manipulation. It doesn't just start for kids.
Actually, that's exactly where it starts.
Yeah, but
You,
have you ever thought that manipulation actually starts on the job? Actually, it starts in school.
it starts as a kid because you're taught. Like when
Yeah.
you're taught when you think about it.
From parents and from the and from school.
Because we think it's cute when they 2 and 3 years old, when they manipulate their way into getting little snacks or little candy.
Or not just that. Come over here and tell your auntie we ain't here. We out
yeah.
of town.
Right. It's like
Wow.
let's stop
Really?
training.
You got me lying at 2?
Yeah. Like, let's stop training kids to lie, because that stuff transfers over into their adulthood. You start learning how to have a successful relationship as a child. And
Yeah.
the problem with
Your first relationship is your parents.
yes. And if that's not successful, then it's gonna be a minute for anything else to become successful.
Yep.
Why is that? Because you start off wrong. You start off lying to your kids. And again, I say, living a falsified fairy tale. Yes, let kids be kids. But it's a way to allow them to be kids without spreading the lies. They should know the difference between real and fake. I love Charlie Brown, but I also know Charlie Brown ain't real. I always knew where my Christmas presents was coming from. I knew good and doggone well wasn't no extra fat guy sliding through no chimney.
I'm done.
You tell them the real, not because you don't want them to have a childhood, but because you want to raise decent and honest individuals. Ain't nothing wrong with letting them know that they mama and they daddy and grandparents and aunties and uncles and everything work hard to get them gifts. Work hard to help parent them. Work hard to help raise them. Why take the credit? Why give the credit to the fat man coming down the chimney? Why? But then you turn around and wonder why your kids scream for 2 days when you tell them Santa Claus ain't real.
Uh-oh. Another pipe bomb.
When to be real, if you wouldn't have lied to them in the first place, they would have never knew the difference.
I'm gone.
Like, we have to stop normalizing little white lies. What is that?
How do you even spell it?
Commonly. But we have to stop normalizing this stuff, because then you're manipulating stuff. And I know people like, how? What do you mean, how? I'm not telling my children that something their father and I are working hard to provide to them is coming down the chimney. I'm not telling them that for one night they gonna get turned into a princess, or they gonna be skipping around with some rats. I'm not telling my kids this crap.
Skip to the loo, my darling.
I'm not telling them this mess. Yes, they're gonna enjoy the stories, but they're gonna know the difference between reality and what's meant just for them to enjoy. Because I loved Christmas movies as a kid, but I knew Santa Claus wasn't the one putting them grits up under the Christmas tree. And we don't understand how this correlates into adulthood. Well, when you get ready to get out on your own and establish your own family and establish your own life, you find yourself telling that same little white lie to your partner because you don't want to hurt him or her feelings. Something as simple as, you know, that outfit make him look like he weighed 25,000 pounds. But because you don't want to hurt his feelings, baby, you look good in that. No, you don't. If you don't, you don't. If it's not your color, it's not your color.
Babe, does this make me look fat?
Yes.
But see, men can't say that. Because if the man says that, whether he's in a relationship, correction, if he's in married or he's just in a relationship with her, and he says that, then you know how we do it here. Then no cookie for him. He has to sleep on the couch.
What is that manipulation with the vagina stuff, though? Like, I ain't never understood that.
Whole married, but if he tells you the truth, he sleep on the couch and he gets no sex.
I'm sorry, I've been mad at you.
I forgot, and he won't cook for him. Remember that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I done been mad at you several times.
Today.
Did we not still sleep in the same bed?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because I'm sorry, I don't care how mad at you I am. I still need my body heat.
And she frees the hell out of me. Like, I don't know, man. Just give her an air conditioner or something.
But that's the whole thing. What's all of that? Now, truth be told, all of my feelings work together. I don't know about separate entities. So, if I'm mad, I'm pretty sure she mad at you too. But we'll figure this out. Ain't no such thing as, oh, well, no to you and you can't. No, because then you're causing infidelity.
That's
exactly what you're doing. A man's most vulnerable moments is in that bedroom. If you take that from him, then he's going to find somebody else he could be vulnerable with. Does that mean that you don't have a right? Let me say that. Does that mean that you don't have a right to your own space and your own body? No, that's not what that means.
And let me just point it out there so that we can make this crystal clear. Now, my fellas, if you don't went out there and that woman done been good to you and she done gave it up, she done cooked and had your kids, and you come home to a cook house and you done went out there and done wrong by having a no piece, you don't deserve cookie. You don't deserve a cooked meal. You don't deserve nothing. She has every right to be mad. Watch this. And you don't have the right to tell her how long.
Woo-hoo.
Yes, I said it. Let me repeat it for the little nappy head guys in the back. If that woman has been good to you and she's been giving it up to you, you come home to a clean house and a cooked meal and your kids is good and you've been out there doing wrong and y'all made the decision to stay together, she has every right to say no. And you don't have any right to tell her how long she should be mad. Because let's flip the reversal. If she done it to you and another dude was all up in her space, you're out for blood. You're ready to kill.
And men don't forgive.
And we don't ever forgive.
Man, please. Women 20 years later still be paying the price for what Lil Tink Tink did back in the day.
Back to you.
But that's being real, though. But my whole thing in the nutshell is, no, what is that? And this is why people need to quit playing marriage.
Hello.
Because if you don't understand what truly come with that, stop playing house. I didn't understand that. My grandfather, God rest his soul, he used to tell me all the time, don't be out here shacking up. Don't be out here shacking up. My grandmother stayed telling me, all right, he ain't gonna buy the cow if he getting the milk for free. These old school sayings that you swear you don't know what it means.
You need to listen.
Until you really get deep into a situation and these same cliches start playing in your head. When you start trying to use manipulation because you ain't in love. Let's stop throwing that out there. You penismatized. You ain't in love.
Or how about this word? Convenience.
Yeah, you done got comfortable in your convenient temporary title.
I like that.
Then you done got complacent.
Ooh.
Now you starting to realize that time done slipped away. And you on year 3 and 4. And baby Bam Bam got his last name. Baby Tutu got his last name. And Shaquisha and Shaquan do too. But you the only one in the house with a different name.
Ooh.
And you trying to figure out how long you need to wait. But you put your name on at least with them.
I got a question. Now, you saw this episode like I did. 2 people want to get married, but she want them to stay in 2 separate houses.
Oh, that was funny. We're still trying to figure out how that marriage was going to work.
And she mad that he won't get married to her.
Why would he? I mean, ain't even trying to really bash a man, but let's be honest. Outside of the fact that it's a safety net sometimes for the man, one of the main reasons men get married is to be able to roll over and get on top of you every day.
Yep.
Be honest. Knowing that it ain't no heavenly penalty because y'all share the same last name.
Thank you, Jesus, Father God, in the name of Jesus. I thank you so much.
Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
He know you can cook by this time.
Hallelujah.
Oh yeah, because you know I throw it down in the kitchen. But he know you can cook. He know you clean. He know that you care about him. He ain't got to worry. Yeah, there's a lot of reason why a man to turn around and get married. But if he's willing to give you his last name, believe me when I tell you, there is 1 or 2 reasons why. Either he is truly in love with you and can't imagine his life without you, or you the last of the Mohicans that's going to put up with his stuff.
I got a question. What's up with this new thing? Because this been going on for, I think, about 10 years or so. I want to get married, but I don't want your last name.
Yeah, I ain't understood that either.
No, okay.
Yeah, I can't give synopsis on what I don't understand.
We're going to come back to that.
Yeah, we had to do some research on that because I don't understand that. People be like, oh, well, marriage is just ooh. For those of y'all insanely jacked up mentally folks who seriously believe that marriage is just a piece of paper, please let me spit some knowledge. Marriage ain't nowhere near just a piece of paper. Number 1, first and foremost, that is a contract with God. Because he values marriage. He values the unity, the sanctification, and the creation in marriage. He values that. 2, it's a contract with one another. Because these vows that get played around that say, oh, I'm for you and everybody else. I don't know where them extra vows came from. But that song that say it's cheaper to keep her, you might want to think about that before you sign a legal document that say that you're going to tie your life to somebody. The fact remains is marriage is not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be a lifelong commitment to work together. To bring your children up together. To establish a foundation together. Don't get yourself caught up being somebody's temporary trophy on the wall.
Ooh.
Don't make yourself to where it's so easy and convenient for you to be exiled. Because if a man really wants you, he gonna do what he gotta do to get you, and he gonna do what he gotta do to keep you. But women, that ain't no slack on you either. Because I don't know what's wrong with this new generation of women that can't cook, that's dirty. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it for the podcast. Ain't nowhere in the world you gonna convince me your body clean and your house nasty. And that's from a woman. You're never about to convince me that you ain't smelling like boiled eggs and rotten fish while you up here in your Nautica, your Nike, and your Jordan, and you got a house full of trash and the roaches and the mouse are dancing around. Get yourself together. Quit posting all this stuff on the internet. Because to be honest, a man don't want a woman he gotta raise.
Woo!
He want a woman that he could build with, not a woman that he gotta parent. One that he got to nurture and teach and guide. That was your parents' job, not his. To aid you, yes. To be there for you, yes. For you guys to learn from one another, yes. But for him to take on the sole parental role and giving you whole paychecks and you spending them on Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all this other stuff, and y'all need stuff in the house, he should not have to sit down and teach you how to count a dollar. So instead of being in such a rush to be with somebody, learn how to be with yourself first. Because you don't have to repeat the same cycle of mommy, daddy, grandma, and grandpa and them that tell you to just get with a man and stick with him as long as he taking care of the house. Ain't nothing wrong with you learning to be by yourself, because you can't truly learn how to be with someone else until you understand how to be by yourself. Because you can't give to somebody what you don't know how to give to yourself. I thank God for the opportunity to learn me, to grow, to mature, to change. But more importantly, for the opportunity to love me and all of me. My quirky, goofy ways, my craziness, everything. Because when it was my time, he wasn't getting no bull crap. He ain't had to raise me. And he ain't my daddy. He's my husband. Does that mean that we did everything according to the spiritual guidelines? Ain't nobody about to sit up here and lie.
No, I'm pretty much, I will admit, I mostly failed in that part.
But listen, ain't nobody about to sit up here and lie.
But are we trying to get it right? Answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing I told her in the beginning, no, I'm only going to do, this is my one and only.
Man, what? Yes.
I don't get it. For you people that want to get married 2,000 different times, may I say, may the Lord be with you. Because I can't, listen, for all you folk, I'm still trying to figure out. You got a whole wife and like 10 to 15 girlfriends. Why?
Where do you have all that time?
Where do you have the time at? Because we busy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have no days off. Listen, I got a 2-year-old niece. Between her and my grandmother, they keep me busy. On top of recording shows for the podcast and working at the radio station that I'm about to work at, which they stuff will be starting to hit the airways soon. I don't have no time for no other chick because, like I said, I don't like people really,
Thanks.
and I got a phobia that I can't get out of my head. Ever since I was younger, and I saw this dude kiss his dog in the mouth
Oh my gosh.
before he kissed his wife, I'm afraid to talk to people.
I can't. You in this bestiality.
I'm just being honest.
So
Before we
listen,
wrap this up,
let's just stop with the falsified reality. And let's start being honest. Say what you want and mean it. We're not weak. If you want to sustain.
if
But
you
what-
want to go, go.
But in the same token, whatever you want to do, be the best at it. Be the best at it. But be honest and transparent. Because if we did, we would have a lot less murders.
Hello.
We would have a lot less heartbreak. And it would be a lot less kids out here who got to travel the world to see their siblings.
Yep.
We got to stop with this manipulation, ourselves and other people. Men, if you don't want a relationship and you just want a cuddle buddy, say that. Because I personally know plenty of women that will be fine with that.
I don't understand it, but she's right.
There are many women who think just like you guys, who don't want the title, don't want to be tied down, and just want to have a good time. Stop thinking you got to manipulate your way into somebody's drawers. Be honest. Women, get out here and get your own money. Stop trying to manipulate yourself into a roof over your head. Because your temporary placement will be removed and you'll be sitting outside homeless because you done put all your eggs in this one basket thinking that you the best there is at everything. And he done went out and done found a woman he want to marry and settle down with. And now you got 30 days to find a place to live. Stop playing with yourself. Let's start being more open and honest.
And on that note, this is the manipulation right here on After Effects. I'm King Solomon Jr.
I'm Mrs. Sutton.
God bless.